Today we're heading into from planting and irrigation to harvesting, sorting, and turning into pickles. This journey shows how millions of tons of cucumbers are grown and transformed each year. Every cucumber begins as a tiny seed, light, oval, and full of potential. Before planting, farmers choose the best hybrid varieties, those with smooth skins, crisp texture, and strong resistance to pests and heat. These varieties are ideal for both fresh consumption and pickling. Fields are plowed deeply to loosen the soil and enriched with organic compost and natural minerals. Cucumber prefers loose, sandy loam soil with excellent drainage. Seeds are sown directly into the soil or placed in biodegradable trays for better germination control. Within a few days, young green shoots emerge, marking the start of a new growing cycle. Each cucumber vine needs space, usually about half a meter between plants, allowing light and air to circulate. Modern farms often use drip irrigation systems where water and nutrients flow directly to each plant's roots, minimizing waste and preventing fungal diseases. Fertilizer is added carefully through the water lines, a technique known as fertigation. About 35 to 40 days after planting, small yellow flowers begin to bloom. Each flower has a short life, but signals that the fruiting stage has begun. Bees and other pollinators play a vital role here, transferring pollen between flowers to ensure good fruit set. Soon, tiny green cucumbers appear beneath the leaves. Over the next 2 to 3 weeks, they'll grow rapidly, gaining size and crispness. Farmers prune excess leaves, guide vines along small trellises, and keep the soil moist but never soggy. The plants are inspected daily to check for diseases like powdery mildew or leaf spot, which can spread quickly under high humidity. Harvesting cucumbers is both an art and a race against time. Fruits are picked when they reach the right size, usually 5-8 centimeters for pickles or 20-25 centimeters for fresh consumption. Waiting too long makes them overripe and seedy. Most harvesting is done by hand. Workers move along the rows early in the morning when the air is cool, cutting each cucumber carefully and placing it into padded baskets or crates. In large-scale farms, self-propelled harvesting machines are used. These machines move along the rows, gently shaking the vines to collect ripe cucumbers, while leaving the smaller ones to continue growing. Every day, tons of fresh cucumbers leave the field, crisp, bright, and ready for their next transformation. Speed is essential. Within hours of harvest, trucks transport the cucumbers to processing facilities. Each batch is checked for quality, weight, and temperature before being unloaded into the washing area. In modern factories, cucumbers go through a multi-stage cleaning system. First, they're poured into water tanks where soft jets wash off dirt and dust.
The pressure seems good today.
Then they pass through rotating brushes and high-pressure sprays that remove remaining soil or debris. Water from this process is filtered and reused through a closed-loop system to save resources. After cleaning, cucumbers move along conveyors for sorting. By size, shape, and surface quality. Machines can do most of the grading, but human inspectors still play a key role in removing damaged or overripe pieces. Firmest cucumbers move to the pickling stage. One of the oldest and most beloved ways to preserve cucumbers is natural fermentation. In this process, cucumbers are placed in giant tanks or barrels filled with a salt brine solution. The brine also includes garlic, dill, pepper, and bay leaves over several weeks. This gives the pickles their signature tangy taste and crunchy texture, as well as probiotic benefits for digestion. The tanks are kept under controlled temperature, around 18 to 22 degrees Celsius, and covered to keep oxygen out. During fermentation, brine bubbles and changes color, a sign that the bacteria are hard at work. After 2 to 4 weeks, the cucumbers are fully fermented. They're then rinsed, sorted again, and packed with fresh brine before being sealed in jars or barrels. Some are sold as fresh refrigerated pickles, while others are lightly pasteurized for longer shelf life. For mass production, factories often use the quick pickling method. Here, cleaned cucumbers are placed directly into sterilized glass jars or plastic containers. Then the cucumbers are packed tightly inside. Next comes the brine solution, a hot mixture of water, vinegar, salt, and sugar poured directly into each jar. Vinegar provides instant acidity, giving the pickles a sharp, refreshing taste, and allowing them to be stored safely at room temperature. After sealing, jars are sent through pasteurization tunnels, where they're heated to about 85-90 degrees Celsius for 15-20 minutes, then rapidly cooled with cold water jets. Finally, jars are labeled, boxed, and stacked on pallets, ready to be shipped across the world. Whether fermented or vinegar pickled, the secret to great cucumbers lies in texture. A perfect bite, juicy, crisp, and just sour enough to make your mouth water. Every part of the cucumber has a use. Rejected or broken cucumbers are turned into relish or sauces. Plant residues from washing and trimming are composted or fed to livestock. Cucumbers might look simple, but they are a global business. Each year, more than 90 million tons are produced worldwide. China remains the largest grower, accounting for nearly 80% of total output, followed by countries across Europe, North America, and Asia. Pickled cucumbers, or gherkins, are a staple in sandwiches, burgers, salads, and fast food chains worldwide. From local farmers' markets to supermarket shelves, they connect growers, processors, and consumers in a single chain of taste and tradition. Behind every jar of pickles are the hands of farmers who rise before dawn. They work under the blazing sun, bending over rows of vines, collecting thousands of cucumbers each day. Truck drivers rush to factories to keep the fruit fresh, and technicians monitor machines that run day and night to meet demand. Every slice of pickle carries the story of farmers, engineers, and nature itself. A reminder that behind every bite of food lies a chain of care, craft, and connection. So next time you add a pickle to your burger or salad, remember, it all began in a humble field under the morning sun, with a farmer, a seed, and a dream. Under the first light of dawn, the air is filled with the scent of earth and morning dew. Across the wide green fields, millions of young tomato plants reach toward the sky, their leaves shimmering under the golden sun. Here begins the incredible story of one of the world's most beloved fruits, the tomato. It is a journey that stretches from seed to soil, from factory to family table. Behind every bright red tomato lies the care, patience, and dedication of farmers, workers, and countless hands that make this simple fruit a global staple. Long before the first seed touches the soil, the preparation begins. Farmers start by plowing the land, turning the soil to loosen it and allow air and moisture to reach deep into the ground. The soil is tested carefully. To restore fertility, compost or well-decomposed manure is added, blending with the soil to create a soft, fertile base. Then the land is leveled and shaped into long ridges. In many modern farms, drip irrigation lines are laid along each row, ensuring every plant receives just the right amount of water while minimizing waste. This early preparation, though invisible to the casual eye, decides the success of the entire crop. Farmers select high-quality seeds, tiny golden grains no larger than a pinhead. These seeds are sown into trays, filled with soft, moist soil and kept inside greenhouses. Here, temperature and humidity are carefully controlled to provide the perfect environment for germination. Within a week, tiny green shoots appear. By the time they reach 15 to 20 centimeters tall, with sturdy stems and deep green leaves, they are ready to face the open field. Early in the morning, when the air is cool and calm, farmers begin transplanting. The young plants are carefully lifted from the nursery and placed into the prepared soil. They are spaced evenly, about half a meter apart, allowing each plant room to grow and breathe. After transplanting, the first irrigation begins. Gentle streams of water flow through the drip lines, moistening the soil and helping the roots settle in. Plastic mulch is often spread along the rows to retain moisture, prevent weeds, and keep the fruits clean once they begin to form. Over the next few weeks, the plants adapt to their new home. They grow taller and stronger, and soon, small yellow flowers begin to bloom. Tomatoes are sensitive plants that demand constant attention. Throughout their growing period, farmers monitor them closely. Farmers regularly prune extra leaves to improve air circulation and sunlight exposure. Watering follows a strict rhythm. Too much water causes cracking. Too little leads to stunted growth. With modern technology, many farms now use sensors to measure soil moisture and deliver water precisely where it's needed. They start out small and green. Week by week, They grow larger, turning from pale yellow to vibrant orange, and finally, the deep red color that signals ripeness. In the morning sun, the fields seem to glow with endless rows of red fruit, the season's reward. Harvesting is both an art and a race against time. Tomatoes are delicate. One wrong move can bruise or crush them. For fresh market tomatoes, workers harvest by hand, twisting each fruit gently from the stem and placing it into shallow baskets. They pick only those that are fully colored but still firm, ensuring they can survive transportation. For large-scale production, especially for tomatoes destined for sauces and canned goods, mechanical harvesters are used. These powerful machines can pick several tons per hour, gently shaking the vines and collecting only ripe fruit. Once harvested, the tomatoes are shaded immediately to prevent overheating and loaded onto clean trucks. Every minute counts. Fresh tomatoes begin to soften within hours of being picked. At the processing plant, the journey continues. Trucks filled with bright red tomatoes arrive and are weighed before unloading. The tomatoes are poured onto long stainless steel conveyor belts and carried into the washing section. Powerful water jets and rotating brushes remove dirt, stems, and leaves, leaving only clean, shiny fruit. Next comes the inspection line, where workers and optical scanners work side by side. Cameras detect imperfections, while human eyes catch subtle details machines may miss. Damaged or overripe tomatoes are separated and repurposed into animal feed or organic fertilizer. Nothing goes to waste. Before tomatoes can be turned into sauce, juice, or paste, they must be peeled. In most factories, this is done using steam blanching. The tomatoes are briefly exposed to hot steam that loosens their skin. The skins are then blown off by air pressure or gently removed by rollers. Once peeled, the tomatoes are crushed and pass through sieves to separate seeds and fibers. The resulting pulp is rich, fragrant, and ready for cooking. For whole peeled or diced tomatoes, the heating process is shorter to maintain texture. Each product requires precise temperature control and timing, a blend of science and craftsmanship. From here, the thick red mixture flows through sterile pipes to the filling section. Automated machines fill hot tomato sauce or paste into sterilized cans, glass jars, or pouches. Each container is sealed instantly to keep out air and preserve freshness. After cooling, labels are applied, showing the brand, origin, batch number, and date of production. Each can or jar is carefully inspected before being packed into cardboard boxes. Forklifts move the boxes to the storage area, where they are stacked on pallets, ready for shipment, while factories handle processing. Millions of tomatoes take a different path: the fresh market. After sorting and cleaning, these tomatoes are placed into ventilated crates lined with soft paper. Behind this global success are the people, the farmers who wake before sunrise, the workers who pick and sort, and the factory teams who process and package with precision. For many rural communities, tomato farming provides stable income and supports local economies. It creates jobs, builds infrastructure, and connects villages to global markets. Their dedication is visible in every step, from planting the seeds to sealing the final can. Remember, you are not just tasting a fruit. You are tasting months of effort, patience, and passion from countless people across the world. That is the journey of the tomato, a symbol of life, growth, and the timeless bond between humanity and the land.